All right, everybody. I'm going to level with you. Covering Overwatch, it's been a rough few years, and it starts to weigh on you a bit. Our previous video that I made was sloppily made. I was ignorant on quite a few points, and I didn't cover it with the same level of intelligence and thoughtful commentary that you come to expect from this channel. So I wanted to, especially to our most dedicated fans, apologize for just making a sloppy video altogether. I went into the subject matter annoyed and emotional about the state of the game and just how negative the whole world feels about everything, and annoyed. And that's no way to be objective, of course, or to have your biases checked like you need to do appropriately to even attempt any form of journalism. So here is my attempt to go at it again, if you would be willing to listen to what I have to say and hopefully try to set the record straight, because I didn't really portray my own thoughts, values, and opinions that well either. I was just sort of in a bad mood. So let me get back to the start of this, as this is probably old news by this point, but Blizzard attempted a support a streamer microtransaction for a skin campaign and had a pre-approved list of content creators on it, many of whom are Blizzard insiders who maybe don't even play Overwatch, and thus, because it had a limited capacity, a lot of streamers that hardcore Overwatch fans would have liked to be on the list so they could donate subs in order to get a skin to support them. They couldn't in order to get that skin, so they had to give it to someone else. In other games, I found out, I was ignorant to this fact because I'm maybe too isolated in the Overwatch Blizzard bubble sometimes, but in Final Fantasy and Halo, they've done events like this as well, and it seems like anyone who streams is able to do it. I just sort of took it for granted that maybe there was some hardware limitation or something behind the scenes, but apparently this is a normal thing that happens in other games. And so a lot of viewers are wondering, well, what the heck, Blizzard? Why are you doing this? And it is classic Blizzard to attempt to have a little circle of trust of creators that they keep close to the chest and have a good relation with, all buddy-buddy, and then they try to push out anybody who doesn't fit that mold and blacklist them. And we should, as the community, stop that from happening and call them out on it when they do that. So, to lay it out, I think Overwatch 2 will be better if it's easy for anybody to get a creator code, because it seems like that type of thing is inevitable. This should be open to happen to anyone. And furthermore, I have made it a point in my career as a significant content creator myself to use the resources, power, and experience that I have to the level that exists to help other streamers. So for me, it felt easy to me to find a smaller streamer on the list and support them with my 3 gifted subs so I can get the skin. But there's lots of other streamers, obviously, that weren't involved that maybe should have been. So it makes sense that people would be upset that wasn't the case. And also, in saying this, I wanted to defend my own positions a bit better, because wording it the way I did just would have gave a very different impression through how I've conducted myself over X amount of years. Talking like this is like a struggle for me, because I don't know where establishing my position and reporting the facts about myself and my own conduct sort of starts and begins, and where virtue signaling to look like I'm some gracious patron of the arts or something. But I do support small streamers, and I always have. I always supported smaller content creators, and many of the bigger content creators we know today, I remember when they were having audiences of a few hundred on Twitch, and I've reached out to many content creators with encouragement, mentorship, and, you know, it goes without saying, the people within my inner circle, I have done so as well, as much as I can. And a big reason why I do that is because I believe in growth mindset, which is the opposite of famine mindset, where a lot of people have famine mindset, where they believe that other people's success somehow is robbing resources of them, as in you're in a famine and there's only so much food to go around, when in reality, with most things, especially on the internet, growth mindset dictates that you can grow your own area and someone else can grow theirs, and you can just grow more things. A good way to think of it is, if you think you can grow or you think you can't, you're right in both ways, right? It's like you have to attack what's possible. And I have dedicated my life to this game, but also to content creation. I went to school for media and writing, and all of this stuff it's my career path, but I don't take it for granted. And when I see other people seem to assume that they should be able to take it for granted and have a sense of entitlement about, if only I was on a list, then I could grow. Well, let me just break it to you. It's like, I've never seen a single content creator grow because they were on a Blizzard approved list. In fact, in many ways, it's the opposite, where there's a lot of creators that do get into that inner circle with Blizzard, but not the community, like not viewers in mass. So that's not how that works, okay? I just want to break it to you in that way. That's kind of what I was trying to say in the previous video, where you don't need Blizzard's permission to make successful content in any way. Now, should you be able to earn money from this support a streamer thing? Yes, that's like, it's two separate arguments entirely. I don't know if Blizzard has a reason why everyone can't get a creator code for this type of DLC, but that's separate to like the stamp of approval from Blizzard. Blizzard doesn't launch anybody. That's not how it works. Sometimes I forget the gap in like even just vocabulary when I'm speaking the way I might speak to a fellow creator, to an audience member or a new content creator, and I say something like, you got to put the work in to improve your content. And what people hear when you say that is stream longer hours. That's not what I mean. Okay. Putting work in, it might be like the idea that separates you from everyone else. Like, it isn't like straight up effort and time equals value. You got to figure out what the value to the community is and attack that. To give some advice, like, you don't have to do content. Like, you could choose to be happy instead. Like, you could choose to have, learn a skill that gets you a job that has a much easier life than creating content. It can be horrible. And I'll give you an example of this. Like, I was talking to my buddy Nathan a few months ago, and I was telling him how I was trying to work on a big overall review of Overwatch. I put like tens of hours into this to think about the entire timeline of the history of the game. And I wanted to put emphasis in different areas and periods of why they were thinking certain ways in a way that only someone who was there in depth could. Like, someone investigating this as a journalist might not remember the nuance of like, okay, they tried to add this new element, but really it didn't work because of these nuanced reasons. There's like a lot of that through the history of the game. And emotionally attempting to do this basically killed me. Like, I couldn't face how angry I was at Blizzard and make this video. Now, Nathan hadn't made a video for 2 years, and then made his own version of that video, which recently, you may even have seen it, went viral. I think he's got like 1.2 million views on that now, on the rise and fall of Overwatch. Great idea, Nathan. Where I'm at right now is I want to see this new process to its conclusion in October. They're going to make some mistakes in the beta. They're going to try some stuff. It's not going to roll out perfectly. We understand the strategy isn't ideal, but we're on a new path, okay? It's very different from the previous leadership, who, honestly, I think the old Blizzard philosophy was content creators are no more than forum trolls. They are dumb, don't have much to add, and they aren't as intelligent as us, the developers who, you know, created World of Warcraft and redefined PC gaming. This is the attitude that we received as content creators for years. And me personally, when I'm defending Blizzard, it's because I feel like they're trying to change, right? Not because I am afraid of criticizing them. Like, or have you guys not been here for years? Where are these comment sections? Like, do you not know I've been criticizing? I was one of the few people who did criticize them. I'm one of the people who, in a room full of journalists and other content creators at BlizzCon 2019, when they're revealing Overwatch 2 for the first time, a game they would go to focus on for the next few years and abandon Overwatch 1 entirely, I would be the only one asking relevant questions about the current state of the game. So calling me a Blizzard shill is ridiculous. It's so easy to just mirror the outrage of a community, and I challenge myself to not do that. Like, I deliberately try to think different than everyone else, if I think that's warranted, right? So while it could be easy for me to just piggyback on the negativity spiral of Blizzard for short-term gain, That's not what I think is right to do right now. Even if a lot of people feel that way, even if you feel that way right now, I know that they are genuinely trying to change the way they have done everything, and we have to give them some time to roll that out. That's just the truth, right? I was harsh on them for many years. Now they're trying to fix it. I just want to see it through. And even after this full explanation, I'm sure many of you will still disagree with where I stand on a few points, but hopefully at least we can have the respect from one another to know that we're both coming at this from a good place. Like, in good faith, we want to try to do the best for the community. Because the truth is, I don't feel like I need Blizzard, and I don't think you need Blizzard to be a good content creator and add value to the community. So I'm going to attempt to not bring that kind of emotional energy to a video ever again. But when I do on accident, try to remember that I'm human as well. I have bad days at work just like anybody. So I hope you can accept my apology, and I'll try to articulate my points better next time and do better research so that I don't say ignorant things when possible. But we all do from time to time. Recording this on Independence Day, July 4th. That's 3 months until Overwatch 2 is properly out with its PvP update. I just can't wait to get there. That's where I'm sitting at. I want to get on with the real content and stop whining about everything. That's what's in my heart. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified the next time I have to make some sort of pathetic apology video after something stupid I said. That's it for me. I've been Frito for your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.